Image work is a series of strategies which ask students to represent their understanding of a concept, a character, or an idea through a physical, nonverbal way.
Let's start with sunshine. Who wants to do sunshine? Okay, Kate and Bailey. Charlotte, come on up.
There are two different ways we ask students to create images. We can have them do it spontaneously, improvised, by giving them the character, concept, or idea, and they immediately have to embody it.
Okay, here we go. Think about your tornado, what it looks like, all the rules that apply to it, and 3, 2, 1, go.
Other times, we choose to have them work slowly, to think about what the idea means. They can do this independently, or they can work in pairs or in a small group to co-construct the idea. And this allows me to really check for their understanding.
We've been talking a little bit about the civil rights movement, and we've gathered some vocabulary words from our reading. And today we're going to take the opportunity to do some image work, and that means creating images with our body to kind of explore some of those ideas.
There are many different ways to do image work. So when I think about my students, I have to think about what are their cognitive and physical abilities. Can they hold their body still for a long time? Can they work with others successfully? These are the kind of decisions that help me make the choice of which image work strategy to use.
Some people got their mouths open, some people bending their backs, some people looking down at the floor thinking you can unfreeze. Thank you very much. All right, as you see in my chart over here, the first word I'm using is the word shape. We're going to be using our body a bunch here. So I'm going to ask you to try that again. What? Again? Yeah, I'm going to ask you to try that again. This time I want you to think about how you're shaping the whole body. How you're using the legs, how you're using your arms, how you're using your back, how you're using your neck, how you're using your chin, how you're using your head, how you're using your feet, every part of your body to show what you think this character in this story might be like.
When I think about using image work as a strategy in a lesson plan, first I consider how will I access students' prior knowledge to engage them in the content and prepare them for image work. Next, I explore the content through an image work activity. I conclude the lesson through reflection to synthesize understanding of the content. To engage students in image work, I first have to think about how am I going to access their prior knowledge? Is this something that will pull just from their lived experiences, or is there content that they need to know and understand so they can make the application to an embodied image? Let's talk a little bit about what we see in this image. Can someone just describe what you see going on in the image? Yeah, Monica.
She looks very composed.
Interesting.
As if she doesn't really care what anyone has to say because of where she's seated.
Okay, great. So I'm really hearing you think a little bit about her inner thoughts too, that you're reading from what you see of the visual cues on her face. Through the magic of theater, we're going to actually get a chance to stage that image ourselves. We are going to be the imaginary cell phone picture that we could take right there in the moment. And we're going to expand it out and show a more complete idea of what we think was happening. In order to meet my instructional goal, I have to really think about how much time I have to use and explore image work. Sometimes I've got to work fast. I have a few minutes, so we need to just quickly put the image on our bodies, and I check for understanding and we go forward. Other times we have the time to explore independently in groups. We are all going to co-direct this image together. So where do you think the bus driver should be? Front of the bus? Okay, so I'm gonna actually, if you don't mind, I'm gonna put her a little downstage here. I'm gonna use my acting term, so put her here. Great. You wanna have a seat? Okay, and one of the things as we stage this picture today is we're gonna play across race and gender. So whomever would like to play whatever part is gonna play whatever part. So these are like seats on the side of our bus, perhaps? You like that, okay?
I remember you reading about how the bus was really full, so maybe we could have some more people like next to them.
Right, and people were standing, right? So we have some folks standing. You want to come be a standing person? When I'm looking at images with a group, we start out by describing what we see. What are the bodies doing in space? So I'm going to invite folks who are standing around the outside to stand up so you can see. Then based on what they say, I ask them to analyze what that could mean. The arm is up in the air. That could mean that they're excited or energized or moving forward. This character, this bus driver at the beginning of the day, or where is she in the day, you think? It's the afternoon, right? She's on her way home from work, okay? So what might this character be thinking?
I think she's tired and she just wants to get through the day, so like just to get everyone home so she can get home herself.
We take the analysis that students have offered and we relate it to a larger concept or inquiry. We're gonna take out a piece of paper and we are going to imagine all those characters went home and they wrote an entry in their diaries. So I'm going to invite you now to pick a character that we've seen represented. It could be anyone on the bus. It could be the bus driver. It could be Rosa Parks. It could be one of the African Americans who did choose to move. It could be whatever character you want, but I'd like it to be someone who was involved in the scene that we were working with today. Their diary entry talking about what happened to them that day. Image work is one of our most essential categories of drama-based instruction. It gets us out of our desk, it's accessible to any age level, and when students collaborate to create and share still images, they have an opportunity to visualize and consider character, relationship, and point of view. Most importantly, they attach their understanding to a physical gesture, a body memory, for long-term retention of the idea or concept.